Good morning. There are lots of kinds of trips and travel, and as we are in summer, many are taking some of their journeys. In the Christian tradition, there are a few kinds of religious travel, namely retreat, pilgrimage, and mission trips. And each of these is a different kind of travel with its own purpose and intent. Retreat is a time to withdraw from daily life and reflect on your relationship with God. I was lucky enough to do a solo retreat up in Door County for a week before my family joined me for ice cream and beach vacation. And at the end of this week, a number of us will be going up to the Green Lake Retreat Center for an all-parish retreat to get away and be with God in the outdoors and get to know ourselves and one another differently. Pilgrimage is a prolonged journey towards a specific, significant destination. It is a transient experience where we are removed from our home environment and identity, and it is characterized by movement with ongoing prayer and worship and reflection. And we are just in the beginning of the planning stages for our first all-parish pilgrimage next summer to Salisbury. And Salisbury was the site of, amongst other things, what is basically the first Anglican prayer book, as well as a significant site for when the Methodist and Congregational and Anglican traditions all splintered off during the Reformation. And as we are in times right now of mainline reunification, it is important to know the history of splintering. And we'll have much more about that later in the summer and the fall and all next year. But our gospel text today lays out something of the top 10 instructions for going on a mission trip. And that can seem like something of a beach read as far as sermons go. And I'm not going to say I'm above a beach read, but we're getting these instructions on 4th of July weekend, in a time of profound Christian Zionism. And so we are reading these instructions from Jesus against some pretty serious backdrops. And as we read through these, I don't think that they are instructing either settler movements or colonization. And so I invite us to read these as an invitation to mission. And the text is clear that everyone is invited to go on mission. It references that Jesus sent out 70 people. And we might hear this as 70, but the listeners would have heard this as a direct reference back to Genesis 10, when people are sent out for all the nations of the world, which numbered 70. And so when we get a reference that Jesus has sent out the 70, it is all y'all. It is all of us. Everyone in this chapter is being sent out on mission. In the chapter before, Jesus sends out the 12 to make way. And now everyone is being sent out. And I know that not all of us are in a physical, financial, whatever it is, position to travel. So our mission might be engaging in a new kind of reading, or food, or a new sport, or engaging in conversation and listening to a brown person in your life who is really scared right now of being picked up by ICE. The point of going on mission is that we put ourselves in a vulnerable position where it is new for us, for the sake of healing and peace building and coming in peace to learn. We come as emissaries of Jesus so that we are able to explore an ever-widening world to make way for Jesus. So here are the top 10 travel instructions from Jesus for going on mission. Number 1, Acknowledge that it is scary to travel someplace new and be vulnerable, but know that God is with you. We are like lambs going out, but as mature Christians, that is those ready to be harvested. We go in full confidence that God is with us and that all experience and learning expands our understanding of God. It doesn't threaten it. It expands our knowledge of God. Number 2, travel light. Don't carry your baggage into a host community. This is not so much as lack of preparation, but as Chet Myers points out, it is rhetorically countered to the story of David in 1 Samuel 17, who approaches Goliath ready for battle with a full bag of 12 stones and a slingshot. He comes ready for battle. We travel light and ready for peace. In fact, number 3, perhaps bring fewer things than you might need into the encounter. As Myers explains, a change of clothes was a luxury amongst peasant Middle Easterners. You're not there to show off or show up, folks. You're there to learn. And if you didn't bring enough, you might pick up something really wonderful from your host community. Our reading from 2 Kings has Naaman having to go to a new river, even though he thinks there are perfectly good rivers in Damascus. Number 4, in case you didn't get the reference from battle, enter in peace, God's shalom. Approach the time presuming goodwill on both sides. My friend Marshall describes this as the peace that makes no sense. Number 5, do what you can to be a healer and a helper. Cure the sick and say to them, the kingdom of heaven has come near to you. Remember that you are there as Christ's emissary proclaiming the kingdom. Number 6, eat what is served to you. Eat like a local and with gratitude. Expect hospitality and accept it gratefully. Number 7, stay there and remain there. In Greek, ekei menete. Don't jump from thing to thing to thing. Hang out. Don't go looking for something better. You are there to be on mission. Just be there. And when it is time, number 8, the Greek translates into English, be there and be gone. You are but a visitor, a guest. Stay long enough to learn something, to be an emissary, but ultimately you leave. And number 9, if it is truly not a fit and you are not welcomed with hospitality, brush off your boots when you leave the trail. As 2 scholars, Molina and Rohrbach, explain, when Israelites returned to the Holy Land from foreign lands, in the central square, they would shake off the dust from their feet. If it is not a fit, go. And number 10, be sure to thank God for what you learned and experienced. The 70, that is to say everyone, returned with joy saying, Lord, in your name, even the demons submit to us. Dear ones, wherever you go on mission this summer, I pray that God blesses you to bring peace one to one to one, to experience hospitality and learn something new about God's world in a wonderful way. Whether you get a passport stamp or not, may God bless you richly on your journey to share the good news of Jesus Christ, which is all of our call in this life. Amen.